Hello again, I hope you guys are doing well. Last video we stopped here after we connected our domain name with the hosting, and as you see we have an empty website right now, and we talked about that we need a file called index.html to be able to show something to the visitors. Otherwise it will show just all the files and folders that the website contains. Right now it does not show that, show only one folder because that's what's in my website. And I want to talk about, I didn't plan this video per se, I'm gonna play it by ear. And the things I want to talk about is how to create the index.html and which software I'm gonna use to create that page. I'm gonna introduce you to the software I'm using, and how to upload it to the website so the visitors can see it. At the beginning, I would like to start with the software, I think. So to create HTML pages, or any web page basically, many languages, but to create HTML pages, we will use something called Visual Studio Code. And I want you to be very careful with the name of the software, because there's another software called Visual Studio and it's not the one we will use. Make sure it's Visual Studio Code. As you see at the top, you can go to the URL to download this software using code.visualstudio.com/download. You will see a screen similar to this, and you can use the one that match your operating system. For me, I'm using Windows, so I will be using this one. If you have a Mac or Linux or something else, you can find other versions, let's say, of this software. You will click on download. It will open a new page, but it will start downloading at top, as you see here. I did download it a few times before. And once you do, you just click on the file. I have it open, that's why it's not allowing me to install it again. However, you just go with the process. It's an easy setup. Just don't change the default features that it will show you. Just leave it as it is and download the software. It will open something like this once it's open. Now I want to talk about HTML. Now, any web page, no matter how simple it is, it needs some HTML code. You can't create it without that. And I know that some of you maybe don't know what that is. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And to explain it in a simple way, so the browser sort of speak HTML. Which means that if you want to tell the browser to show something, you need to tell it using HTML code. And then the browser will take this HTML code and translate it into the visual elements you see on any website. That's the simple way to do it. Of course, it could be much more complicated than that, but this is the simple way to see it. Now, to create an HTML file, you need to be a little bit familiar with HTML, but we can come to that later. However, when you make a website, I want you to understand the concept of how the website works. So the website has files and folders, okay? And those files and folders are linked with each other with something called path. So the path is basically saying, you all know what a hyperlink is, which is the thing you click to go to somewhere else, to open a new page or to go to a different website. So this hyperlink is a path, basically, telling the browser when someone click on this link, take it to this location. So it's very important that the location is accurate. If it's not accurate, it will not go anywhere. And to do so, what we do is we create one folder As you see here, I have a folder called first website. And how to get there, how to open that. So I would go to either file, open folder. I will go to the location where my folder is, click on it and select folder. Once I hit select folder, it will show me here. Now Visual Studio Code will save every file or folder you make in this folder. And once you upload it to your website, you don't upload this one, the main folder or the root folder. You upload whatever is under it, whatever it contains. I will show you that later as well, but I just want to give you a general idea. Let's start with creating the index file. So I can go here, new file, and I'll just type index.html. So it doesn't exist, so it asks me to create file. Okay, I'm gonna call it index.html. That's what the main file should be called. Like, it's not an optional. And create file. Now we have index.html. It's empty. And I will need to add HTML code to make it useful, basically. So I will do this. Don't worry about that. I will show you that later. Just want to show you an example of what HTML look like. So HTML, it's made of tags. Tags are like, think of them as commands. Those commands tell the browser what to do. And each command or each tag, we will call them tags from now on. Each tag come in pair. Now, usually it comes in pairs. Sometimes you just need one side, or like the start tag only. You don't need an end tag. But usually they come in pair. What does that mean? It means that this is where the tag starts and this is where the tag ends. You need to specify to the browser where the tag start and where the tag end. The browser won't be able to guess. If I didn't end it, like let's say if I did this, see, the software will close it for me. But let's say I did not close it. The software will keep applying this tag to everything comes after it. Whatever comes after it, it will keep applying this tag. It won't know where it should end. So to end it, you see, you do the same tag name, but you add a slash in front of it. As you see here, it's P for paragraph and /P. So the browser will understand that this is where I think that's how it's spelled, but anyway, the browser will understand where it starts and where it ends. We will come to this in details later. So let's start creating this HTML page. Okay, as you see right now, it's empty. It's a white screen, nothing in it. So we will add a few things. For example, the website we work on, it's called BuyDoorCam. So I will use h1 tag. Excuse me. h1 or h plus a number up to 6 means this is a title. And again, we will go through this in details. But this is, I'm giving a title to my page, not a title as in, not a title. Let's say it's a heading or the main idea of the web page. The most important thing that I want people to notice, what is this page about? This is what each one does to the users, to the visitors, not to the browsers. There's something else for search engines and stuff. There's other things, but for the human who look at your screen, this is the main title, the main heading. So I would call it BuyDoorCam Online. Oops. Now the next, I would add another title or another heading, but less important. So 1 means that's the most important, 2 is less important, coming soon. And if we run it, as you see, it will show. You will notice that the most important heading is bigger than the least or the less important heading. Okay, now I want to add something else. I want to add a paragraph. I don't want to be capitalized. Okay, so I add this. This is as a paragraph. I save it. I check. Okay, and paragraphs usually use the default font size and default font family, default color, default everything. There's nothing special about it. If you want to add styling to it, we will talk about that in the future, but you can. But if you just use the p tag, paragraph tag, it will show in the default font. Okay, now we have the file created. So if you go to the folder where you created the index.html, or where you're going to be designing your website, you're going to find that you have an index file there, and the type of the file is HTML file, and that's good. That's what we want. And the next step would be is to upload it to our website. So we will be using cPanel. I did talk about cPanel in briefly last or the previous video, and in this video I will show you one feature, which is the one we will use to upload the files. Once you log into your cPanel, as I showed you in the previous video, you will see a screen like this. You can either, we need something called File Manager or Files Manager, File Manager. And you either scroll down to find it, or you can, if you know the name of the tool or kinda know the name of the tool, you can just search up here. Okay, I have File Manager here. Click on it. It will take me to the File Manager. Now, the first thing you will see is what you see right now on the screen. And those are the files and folders your website contain. However, this is not what show to the visitors. What show to the visitors is the only files and folders that included in public HTML. That's where you upload your website. You don't upload it here or there or anywhere else. You just leave that. You will double click on public HTML. As you see here, this is the files and folders. Of course, it's empty now, but this is what it should be. And as you see, we have this folder. If you go to the website, that's the folder you see. And we want to upload index.html here. Everything should come here, and index.html should be in this folder, not in a subfolder. Like you can't create a folder called My First Website like we did here and include index.html Android. No, it has to be here in the public HTML. So I will upload it. So you click on upload. Let me do it slowly. I'm sorry, sometimes I go fast. You will find up here a few tools that you might make your life easier if you use here. If you use the cPanel to create files, folders, compress, extract, managing files in any way. Download if you want to take a backup of your website. Anyway, today we will just work with upload. And here it asks you to select the file. Okay, let's select the file. You either can like drag and drop here or just hit select file. Okay, I will upload this. Okay, it's done. Now double check. If I go here and hit reload or refresh, it's showing. Now to be more sure, If I go to my website and refresh the page, now it's showing. So the main page is index.html. That's what will show on your website. From here, you can add links, images, every like menu, every other visual element on your page, and the links will take you to other pages. Like if you want to go from homepage to contact us page, for example. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. Every website almost have it. You will create another page called contactus.html, and you will link a button or a word or something. I don't want to go in specifics. I will show you later, but you will create a link in index.html called contact us, and the path would go to contactus.html. Once people click it, they will go to that page. I know that for some people that seems very easy, for others it seems like what the hell, but in the future I will show you exactly how to create all that. Like I'm gonna go with you step by step until you become very familiar with it. However, if you have any question about what I covered today, please leave me a comment and I will make sure to answer it. I do check the comments regularly, so it won't take long to answer. And I hope it's easy enough to follow. Well, have a good day and hope to see you soon.